How's it going, everyone? It is me, Stateside, and as you can see here in front of me, we've got all of the teams in the championship, and we're going to pick who goes up and who stays down, or who stays in the championship and who goes down to League One. Let's go ahead, let's get right into it. We're going to start off with our relegation positions. Coming in at number 24, QPR. Queen's Park Rangers, I just don't see them staying up. They finished 20th last season. I don't see them having another season in the championship for now. I think they'll yo-yo back up if they do go down, but QPR is my first team I've got going down this season. So let's go ahead, let's move them over. I kind of just started rambling. I forgot to move them over. Up next, we've got a team that finished just above them last season. You'll finish just above them once again, but it's not enough for safety. Rotterdam, I see finishing 19th. Our next team is a team that just got promoted to the championship in Sheffield Wednesday. I see them immediately going back down. The only team that got promoted that I see going down. But let's go ahead and let's move on to another team that just recently got promoted in Ipswich Town. I see them immediately, or not immediately going back down. I see them immediately going into a relegation scrap and just surviving. It may even go down to the last day between Sheffield and Ipswich, but I see Ipswich just ahead, just edging it out against Sheffield Wednesday to stay up in the championship on the final day. As for the 20th slot, we're going to go with a team that finished 21st last season, and they're going to finish 20th this season. It is going to be Cardiff City, who finished 20th in the championship last season, 21st in the championship last season, and now they're going to finish 20th in this season. As for the 19th position, we've got Huddersfield Town rounding out our 19th position. After losing Aaron Moy, the team's just kind of fallen off and slowly gotten worse and worse. They finished 18th last season. I think it's going to be 19th this time around, continuing to go down into the table. As for that 18th position, we're going to slide in with Ipswich Town, if I can find them. Not Ipswich Town. We're going to go with... Coming in our 18th spot, we're going to go with a team that finished all the way up in 12th position last year. Preston finishing in the 18th position for me. I don't know why. I just feel like they're going to have a down season. They're always kind of mid-table championship. They never go up. They never go down. They're just kind of mid-table mediocrity, and I see them staying level in the championship in the 18th spot. Not as safe as they would like it to be, but safe nonetheless. In the 17th spot, our final team that got promoted, Plymouth Argyle, finishing 17th. I think they'll have a good season, a very good showing here, first season in the championship. I can't remember. I obviously don't watch the championship. I hate to break it to you guys. These are just me having fun, just seeing what I can get right. It's the hardest league to predict in the world, and I figured, why not, as someone who doesn't watch it, let's see if I get lucky. Let's see if I get a few right. Let's see if I don't. Let's see if I get every single one wrong. Let's see if I can get the table completely flipped upside down from what it's supposed to be. That would be fun, but we're going to go ahead and move on to the 16th slot. Coming in at the 16th slot, we've got Watford. Watford finished all the way up in 11th this season, but with poor ownership, they continue to struggle, and that's why I have Watford finishing just in the 16th slot this season. As for the 15th slot, the team that finished 15th last year, Hull City, I see finishing same spot as last year, mid-table. I think that they do just enough to survive, but I don't think there will be anything special about this season again for Hull City. In that 14th spot, we're going to go with a team that has done okay in years, but has definitely been on a downtime ever since losing Arnautovic and Shaqiri. It's going to be Stoke City. I've got finishing in that 14th slot, and I don't know why. I think the Potters are going to struggle, probably have a bad stretch in the middle of the season, but they may start out hot. They may start out, looking like a team that could battle for a 7-10 to a 3-6 spot. But I do think they will kind of steady their way back down to that mid-table role in the later half of the season. 13th spot, we've got Bristol City in that spot. What did I say it was? 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. 13th spot, that would be one position up from last year. I think they'll have a much better season than last year. I don't see it, or I say much better. They'll still be mid-table. But I do see Bristol City finishing just ahead of that spot. Up next, coming in at the 12 spot, up next, we've got Birmingham City. I think they'll be much better than their 17th that they showed last season, but I don't think it'll be enough to challenge for Premier League spot or a playoff spot this season, but I do think they will rebound back into mid-table, back into the out of the relegation zone scrap kind of situation. Up next, coming into that 11th spot, we've got Norwich City. I think Norwich will do just enough to clinch into that 11th spot. They'll build on last year. They obviously finished 13th previous season. I think they'll finish 11th this season. And again, mid-table for Norwich. They'll be hoping to do better going into this into the following season. Hopefully, they'll be challenging back for playoff spots is what they'll be hoping for. I just don't see it happening anytime this. As for our 10 spot, I've got a team repeating positions once again. Swansea City, I see finishing in that 10 spot. I think they'll do just enough to maintain that spot in the top 10 of the championship, but I don't see them challenging. I don't see them being very close either to a spot in the Premier League or in the playoffs zone either. Coming in at the 9 spot, a team that just missed out on playoffs last year, Blackburn Rovers, I see finishing in that 9 spot. I don't see them doing enough business. I don't see them being, bringing in enough money and spending it properly to finish in a playoff spot this year. I see them going backwards rather than forwards this year, especially with the teams that are coming down from the Premier League this season. Now in our 8th spot, we're going to go with a team that made the playoffs last year in Coventry City. They finished 5th last season, and I just think that with Victor Gyökeres moving on, I think it'll be hard for Coventry to get the goals that they need to compete for that playoff spot. They still have a solid team. They still have a good foundation for that team. They're just missing the main man up front to do the business. In our 7th spot, we're going to go with Leeds United. I think Leeds just missed the playoffs this year, so I think that Leeds will finish 7th. I think they're very fortunate that Tyler Adams is still at the club due to injury. I think he should have moved on. Brendan Aaronson's obviously moved on. I think Rodrigo's moved on. They've still got Bamford at striker, which is going to be problematic. They've managed to hold on to Jack Harrison, which is good. I think Mark Roca's moved on. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I just don't see how Leeds battle for a playoff spot, especially in this physical and strenuous championship season. Coming into that first playoff spot, we're going to go with Millwall FC, a London team representing in the playoffs. I think that Millwall will just do enough to slide into that 6th spot over Leeds on the final day. I don't see it being very pretty. I think Millwall will just slide in, though, and work their way into a championship spot. I guess we'll have to see who they play in that first championship round when we get to that 3 spot. Coming in at your 5th spot, we've got West Brom. I just don't see them getting automatic promotion. Again, a team that finished in 9th last season. I think they will rebound into a playoff spot, but I don't see them doing enough to get over that line into an automatic spot. We'll just have to see when if I get these playoff spots right. We'll have to see those predictions as they come. Now, in the 4th spot, we've gone with Sunderland. Sunderland hosts West Brom, according to my prediction, in the first round of the playoffs, first round of the championship playoffs, semifinals. I see it being Sunderland hosting West Brom. And as for the team facing Millwall, we're going to go with Middlesbrough. I don't see them doing enough just to get over that line. I think Leicester and Southampton just have too strong of squads to stay down this season. Now, we've got to take a look at Leicester City versus Southampton. We've got 2 very good squads here. Leicester City obviously losing a lot of talent, losing a player like James Maddison, Tielemans. They managed to keep a little bit of talent as well, enough, I think, to compete in the championship and get an automatic promotion spot, but it's not enough to win the league. I have Southampton winning the championship next year. I think they keep Lavia. I know they just lost Salisu this past season. I think that they're going to be fine in those positions. Gavin Bazunu will have another good season. Lavia will be, I think if they can keep him, that's going to be crucial. James Ward-Prowse may be on the move, so we'll just have to see what he does. Now, if Southampton loses a bunch of players here at the end of the window and they can't replace them, I could see you switching Southampton with Middlesbrough, and then maybe even all the way down, you move up. You move Southampton to like 5th, and then you move everyone else up. Leicester win the league. I could see that as well. It just depends on what happens on these last few weeks of business. But obviously the championship starts, I believe, this weekend. So I wanted to go ahead and get that prediction out. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. If you agree, disagree, think I'm crazy, think I'm intelligent, think it's never going to happen, think Watford's going to have a good season, you're crazy if you think that. I hate to break it to you. Congrats, Watford. You just won the league because I said that. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, if you did, leave a like down below. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment down below on what videos you want to see later. We'll do a Premier League prediction next week. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.